What's happening? What's cracking? We just got to the gym. Let me check the audio gain level. Yep, that is set to my chest mic settings. Now, I didn't bring a water bottle. That's okay. I got water fountains. Now, I actually just got told off for getting in here with no shirt on and I took my shirt out and was going to change into it. I was going to start the video first, admittedly. Yeah, they just said, this isn't a change room, you can't do that. And I was like, all right. I'll admit, I was a bit embarrassed by that, but I was like, hey, you know what? There are no rules saying that I couldn't do that after class. Yeah, so I'm just like, it is what it is. And I didn't do a gym therapy yesterday, but something I talked about with we still came into the gym, I'll tell you about that in a sec. Something we talked about with a client yesterday was allowing yourself to feel your feelings. It doesn't mean you overexpress them or underexpress them, as we talk about. Even that embarrassment, I'm like, I'll feel it, I'm allowed to feel it, even with, oh yeah, we're gonna start with some arm stuff today. Even with regards to when I film my gym content and that stuff, little bits of embarrassment. It's like, you can be embarrassed, bro. It's okay. It's just a normal thing to feel, and to suppress it only just takes more of your energy. We're doing a lot of bicep stuff to start off this week, obviously. I'm gonna put you on the left side, the slightly less mobile side. Yeah, that's about a nice angle for the incline curl. We'll keep this out the way. That there's good. Let's do a primer first and then keep chatting. All right. Yeah, so typically, I allowed myself to feel the embarrassment. And so what I was gonna say next is typically, first thing in the morning, because I did just wake up at about 10:30 and then take the dogs out to eat. Fed the dogs because I fell asleep before feeding them last night, and toileted them with a little walk. But typically when I first get up, I'll do that, run to the gym here, which is the routine for now that we're here. First things first is I get moving first thing of the day, create some momentum, as we've talked about previously, and then I will go to what do you call it? I'll create the momentum, and I normally run here, use the sauna, and then maybe I can go down the end. I feel like it's a bit overt where I've got my camera now. Let's do that. If I can help it, I prefer to be a little bit out the way. Go down that side. So, today, because I'm going to go spar in that, hopefully the gym lets me go spar that I'm thinking of going to. Oh, my little 4U emblem is blocked a bit, so let me redo this. Put this down this way. Go here with this. Bear with me whilst I adjust the mic. Put it a little bit lower. Just a little bit. There we go. No, a tiny bit lower again. Alright, there we go. That should be low enough anyway. So, I'm here training first thing in the morning. Because, I want to, I know I'm not going to train after sparring, because I'll just be a bit dead, and Yana's got Pilates on around sparring time. So, that's a nice angle. I've set that up nicely, nice and clearly. All right. I like it. Face the Goku bag this way. The Goku bag. Yeah, so that's why I'm here. I already said the why the embarrassment thing, and go in here. So sparring today should be fun. I have yet to call them up and ask, and it's 2 hours of intermediate Muay Thai sparring. We'll see. It's right near here, so I'm like, sick, I can try out this different gym. Okay, based on what I can do weight-wise, and the fact that this is like my 3rd day hitting biceps in a row, I might take it a bit easier and go 25 is what I can see for the first set. Yeah. I'll give it a sec. Yeah, it's kind of odd not having that 45-minute-ish time restriction for Pilates. I'm going to pace around a little bit. But yeah, it's good. I did come to the gym last night. This is what I was starting to say at the beginning. Came to the gym last night with Yana. We did a push session, but because Yana wasn't training, the AF here stands for again faster. Because Yana wasn't training, I was just training, so I did like a push session, started off with the triceps first, and then I was like, whilst we were there, because we were at the wide cables, so I did katana extensions, because they work way better on the wide ones, and I did some of these like the crucifix bicep curls, you could call them, and we just made some content whilst doing it. She was filming bits of my workout for the influencer stuff, and then we filmed afterwards. We went down to the Pilates studio and we'd spent like, I had set earlier in the day that I was gonna like make 8 pieces of content a day as part of my thing, and strength on all fronts and keep it adaptable, as we've talked about. But one thing that we ended up doing was when Yana woke up and she was getting around doing her thing, she woke up, as she was waking up I was still working away at my stuff, got a bunch of stuff done. I posted 3 times yesterday, and I've got, so basically what I like to have is a structure, so like a structure for my feed content and for my story content. So story content, I use a structure from Creator College, and it was like their thing for the week, and then feed wise I just came up with my own, like the strength on all fronts thing, and I just kind of went, okay, I'm going to do 2 of each post a day, so 2 things for each pillar of the strength on all fronts, so physical, financial, mental and spiritual, and talk about those every day. And then when Yana woke up, we ended up having a long meeting that was like 5 hours, 5-6 hours. I didn't exactly time how long it was, but it was quite uncomfortable as well, because we were sussing out content direction, what I wanted to do with all this stuff, how I'm going to go about it, and yeah, it was good, really good. But sometimes with this content stuff, when she's asking like, okay, what's the person, what's the deeper thing? 1, I have to translate it, but 2, it's a bit uncomfortable with the questions, because it is, like we've talked about, I've got a little bit of a thing, and so does Yana, against being locked in, but we've both been like, this is what we're locking into. Part of the meeting was we decided that she's going and devoting her time as well to Kaey-Lib and growing my brand, so she's like doing all my publishing and that as well. Then I'm in the content, making the content too, so it's like that joint effort, and the marketing agency that we co-own is going on maintenance, because this is the growth that we're focusing on. And she was saying this is why she doesn't take on too many publishing clients at once, because when she's publishing, she is so devoted, so dedicated. It's hard for her to do anything else. We sat there for an hour on the living room floor yesterday, or 2 hours actually, if you include all the questions she asked about content, asking this, that, what do they want to do actually, and I sat there for about an hour myself sitting with the questions. It was like problem, person and packaging was what we were looking at, so I was just spinning through all these different things, getting deeper on that. Okay, what did these guys say, what's the deeper thing for what they're saying, and like how would I be able to help, and what's the replicable process that we can create here, because then we all obviously have something that we can validate with an offer of like a free value piece and then run ads to. And it just took some doing. Like when you're uncomfortable, it's so, when you want to avoid those conversations, so I get why my clients feel this way when I'm sitting with them sometimes. It's like sometimes you're sitting there and you're like, I just want to do something else. Like I just want to go on my phone or fall asleep or eat some food. But I just put a timer on each time, like 10 minutes or something. And then I put eventually a long one, 45 minutes, because I kept repeating the 10-minute one. I was like, okay, just sit there, and this is uncomfortable. Even making the calendar, I was like, that's uncomfortable. But if I just sit there in the discomfort and do it, then you're like, oh, sick, that wasn't so bad. there's a little bit of discipline that comes with that as well. Especially when I've gotten away with being real loose with it before, in my eyes, and been like, oh, I can do whatever I want, but that's because I had a structure that I was then changing. So it's like I had discipline, I had freedom within the discipline of that structure. So we had that big meeting yesterday. And it was good. 5-6 hours. And then we went out to the gym and went out for hot pot afterwards, which was really nice in the city. And yeah, it was overall good times. But when you do something like that, like we've done it in a way where it's like this is something so deep and so well put that it's like all of the things that people want, but not said in the overt way where, you know, it's like when you hear the MLM language, the pyramid scheme type language, they're like financial freedom and like buy back your time. And I noticed that because we were watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I was like, when they were talking about the NutriBoom in it, and they're like, boom, boom, oh, financial freedom, it's an investment into your future. And I'm like, dude, this is what I sound like when I talk about it, because sometimes I'm not subtle. I'm like very overt about it, and it actually hurts people's ability to experience it. Like I said, with the movie stuff, like easing into it or like taking them through that journey is gonna help them as well. It's like if I really care about helping them, I'll be mindful of how I word it and like how that will be received by them as well. It's like that's what a good communicator and a good leader is as well. They'll communicate in accordance with what people can understand. So a lot of this language that we were using in it, or the way it was phrased, from all of that deeper work that we did, is like, that's fantastic. It's going to be so useful. I was reading, I was hooked. Diana was like, I'm surprised you read it so fast, because normally I'm a slow reader, but something that was as well written as this, she wrote it up based on the things we'd been talking about. I was like, this is fantastic. And it's going to make so many pieces of content from it, because we can keep using this is months worth of content from one thing that she's written, repurpose it in different styles, get the message across to people in different ways, and it's so powerful. And she said, and I was like, I agree, she's like, this is why my clients make so much money as well, because the stuff's so well worded and so well put. So I'm keen, man, keen. All the effort is on this, and I got another exciting thing to tell you afterwards. Just prayed to choose God's love and grace, and will just allow myself to feel the embarrassment from before. Okay, that's all for 25s. Not bad. We can, there's nowhere to put these. Okay, 25s are there. I might drop it to, because that set was lacking in volume a little bit. We'll go down to 20s to round the volume out, and then we will also, well, maybe I'll use 20s for the next set as well. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I didn't want to get in your way, so yeah. I'll put that here. Alright. Hopefully this is not as in the way. Okay. Just hiding behind some dumbbells over here. Alright. Now if that gets in the way, I'll move it again. Okay. Definitely going to use 22.5s for the next set, because 20s are, if I can do them as a drop set for 3-4 reps there from the 25s, they'll be a bit light. So 12.54. All right, so that started there. I'm going to get some water and go to the toilet. Yeah, what I'll finish on for that note is that I can't remember. I'll remember as I go to the bathroom. I'll be back. Bye. We're back. So, the exciting update that I had of excitement was that last night whilst we were driving to the city, Jan and I were talking about, let me check that these are plugged into the right things. Yeah, cool. Because last time we had one of, like, my guy T-Pow was following us around in Bunnings and he had it plugged into the wrong thing. So it didn't pick up anything that we were saying, Jad and I were saying before a sparring session. And yeah, that's always a good time. Now, the conversation that we had last night was something that had been coming up for Yana for a while. Was this notion that's a little scary to me of what if we didn't take any one-on-one clients for the next 6 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks, or next month? No, next 6 weeks whilst we're doing the launch. So it's what if we didn't take any one-to-one clients whilst we're launching the next thing that we're launching for the next 4 to 6 weeks. We would only take like really high-end one-on-one clients, and potentially, and if people wanted to pay a deposit for what we're launching, they can do that, or they can pay in full for what we're launching, and then and they can get like a one-to-one call from that. So it came from a couple of places, but one of the main things is I was like, oh, okay, one-to-one clients is how I pay for our day-to-day. So it's like if I stop doing that, there'd be less coming in for the day-to-day. And so there are a couple of things, like one, because I feel like I need it. Yana had gotten the inkling that it means that you've got to face that and like trust that money's coming in. And another is practicing what we preach, because essentially every time I take on a one-to-one, it's just what I default to and what I know coaching-wise, but I am constantly trading my time for money and loading myself up with things where I have to be involved with the delivery, and I know that it's capped and I enjoy it. The thing is, like, I enjoy it, but I know that it's capped, so then I choose not to build it beyond that, is a realization I had. So it's a little scary one, but it's a commitment that as soon as she said it, I was like, yeah, I know that that's right to do, because it's been coming up for her, but I just like resonated with me, and God was like, yeah, that's 100% the thing to do. I'm like, okay, let's do it. Money's obviously always coming in, but to make that commitment for something that we're doing and both all in on is very exciting, and I know it'll work. So it's backing that, put your money where your mouth is, and put your actions in alignment with that faith. Alright, let's do this set. Second and last set. Done a lot of bicep work this week. Okay, that's about the clean ones happening with that. Let's do a little drop set, and then I want to do the what do you call it? The arms one. Maybe I'll go to 17 and a half. Should be good. Pretty cruisy. Look, I can either hammer curl or do the machine here. And honestly, that little machine is not at many other places, so I'm gonna use the machine for a bit of fun. Okay, that'll do. That'll do. Biceps are feeling that. All right. Let's go get it. Oh, something else. If that's not available, you can always do hammer curls. Yeah, I am having a good time doing all of these. So let's go through this way. Zoom it out a bit. Zippity doo dah. And yeah, then up this way to the machine and see what we've got available to us. For some reason this screams subtlety to me when I use this way on this machine. So we're gonna set it all up. Nope, just got a nice shot of my nuts here. We'll think about where we're putting this. I'm gonna have to come up higher because I got long arms, and tell you what, you guys can get a slightly different angle to last time, because I'm gonna stick you in that little treadmill spot. Or maybe I'll stick you back in the one right in front of me. Yeah, I like the one from right in front of me. It was cool because you could see the bicep split. Yeah, you know what, I'm gonna use that again. Just put it right here. Oh, it's a guy. Alright, easy. I mean, I'm not interfering with anybody's stuff. Not like I'm in the way of this treadmill. Easy. Alright. Another bicep thing. And then onto more of the, not upper back focus stuff, because the last thing that we did was a row. The T-bar row. What we'll go on to is a high row. So come in some of that downward angle stuff and a little bit of wide grip stuff, because it's like because I'm doing back every second day and like, well, pull every second day, push every second day. It means that because the volumes, it's higher, I'll end up doing like 3 of each a week basically. It means that each one I'm kind of crossing over. So one of the push days is more lower push focused, like lower chest and tries kind of thing, and the other is more upper, so like incline pressing and overhead pressing, as well as tricep focused stuff. So same thing with my back. So one of the days is more rear delt and like mid-row rhomboid focused, and the other is more lat focus, lat and like Terry's major focused, and then I'm alternating between them. So it's still using all the back in that, but I'm overloading them a bit more with all that. So pull this up a tiny bit. Can still zoom it in, I think. Yeah, that'll do. All right, I'm gonna get some water. But yeah, that way I can alternate with them consistently and easily without overloading too much. Yeah, you know, upon reflection, perhaps it was my mood, and perhaps maybe it genuinely was the way he approached it. But when the gentleman at the desk came up to me and was like, "This isn't the change room," I got the sense there was a lot of hostility behind that. It was like he was super mad at me. I was like, "Oh, all right, I didn't know." But it was just that whole like, came out and was like, "Oh, this isn't the change room." I was like, "Oh, maybe I just was embarrassed, so I felt like I was getting scolded." Maybe he was a little hostile. Who knows? But I was like, I'm gonna acknowledge that I feel that way and just drop it. I felt like I was pretty nice after. I was like, "Oh, my apologies, I didn't realize." Not that I didn't realize it was the change room, but I was like, there are no signs saying that you can't take your shirt off on the gym floor. I know some gyms are like that. But yeah, or I haven't seen them on the signs. Let's do a primer set. But yeah, perhaps that was just me. That was good. That was nice. Not sure if it's a bit dark there. Yeah, I think I went 68 last time, so we'll give 68 another whirl. have a bit of fun with it. Maybe we'll put it up a tiny bit, because I don't think I used, this is 70.5 now. Yeah, we'll turn this up by one. Oh yeah, Superman is out now. I'd like to go see it, so I might go and see it by myself, because Yana doesn't like watching stuff in the cinema. I don't really have anyone necessarily around Melbourne that I know that might want to go see it with me. Yeah, that should be good fun. Yeah, I've been keen for it, and you know, I love being sold movies, like the movie experience. I love a good trailer, a good like the visuals for it, good music, and like the potential storyline. So when Yana put it to me in those terms, NLP, and spoke that by way of, because that's, movies are marketing. That's why they bring in hundreds of millions, billions of dollars, is because it's good marketing and storytelling. They're like one of the ultimate forms of that you can see. So it's really about how they storytell. And if they storytell well, then the movies do really well. And if they market well, the stories do even better, or the movies do even better financially. And it's like, it's just, money follows attention. So it's being able to see that. And when she put it to me in those terms, I was like, oh, okay. So when I just drop stuff in my, which we talked about before, when I just drop stuff in my marketing and branding, being like, here it is. It's like, this is the thing. It's so, it deprives people of the ability to experience a movie and go through the journey, you know? It's like if someone just dropped the spoiler or the ending of a movie on you, then you're like, oh, that sucks. You want to be able to experience it yourself fully, you know? So that's a cool thing, a cool revelation to have had, that I get to do that with my content as well. And now, especially that I have Yana doing it with me, it's like, whoa, we're both playing to our strengths. It honestly feels like we're not doing, each of us feel like we're not doing much, because when she was sitting there writing on our little living room floor, writing about all of I'll call it the juice of the content, the juice of it, because it's not a script per se, it's the juice of it, the crux of it, the principles put into a phenomenal way of phrasing it. It's cool. It's really good to be able to see and like be a part of. I was just next to her, I was just making little bits of my own other content, and I was scrolling for a bit. Wasn't really doing it as content analysis, but I'm just like scrolling sometimes. And then I got into making my own content. Again, sometimes that balance of like when one of you is super productive, then it's less. Maybe it's just the narrative that I'm playing into. But yeah, we then, like when we came to the gym and we were filming, I was like, I felt like it went by like that because I was in front of the camera doing what I love. She doesn't like doing that stuff as much. She just felt like she was directing, having fun. And I was just like, I love performing on camera, setting up all the stuff. We brought a couple of different shirts for me to change into to play different characters and that. I was like, wow, I can't believe I get to have fun like this and I get to help people. Because I love acting and performing on camera, especially as we've talked about, as more of that influencer where it's all about me. I'll admit it, I like it. I like the attention. Yana's like, you love the attention. I'm like, yeah, you're right. So that's one of my many strengths, or a very good strength of mine content-wise. I'm great at performing on camera. Even my sparring in that's what it is. And that's why that stuff does so well, I believe. Plus it's a cool style that I've got. I've naturally got cool things about my style that stand out. All right, let's get this first set. It's been long enough. That's right. Okay. Cool realization I had on the way is like, this is my job to come in and train, as well as the fact that I'm filming it, but just, yeah, my body is my work. My body of work is my body. Okay, we'll do that as a straight set. I'm gonna get a little bit more to move the camera over a tiny bit so you can get a slightly different angle. And that'll be cool. Shebang-a-bang. There you go. Alright, let me get some water. That's good. I'll do one more straight set and then we're into some back work. Oh, okay. Starting to drink too much water now. Oh, those sweatpants are cool. That lady's got some Fitness First sweatpants on. It's good. Anyway, let me zoom in a tiny bit. Keep the focus a bit more on myself there, especially whilst I'm talking. What you talking about? Alright. Oh yeah, that's a cool angle for the biceps as well. And if I lean forward this way, you can still see me pretty well. For the chatting, I could slouch all the way. Yeah, but I did have that realization as I was leaving today. Because it's like, I'm gymming and like, sometimes I feel like I'm not contributing to my work, but even like martial arts training in gym, because I train twice a day a lot of the time. Like I'll run, come here, use the sauna, and then I'll also go to, like I'll weight train. And now, especially it's like the martial arts training, I'm training twice a day, so one weights and one martial arts thing normally. So it's like, if I am doing that, I'm like, there's so much time I'm not working. But I realize I'm a content creator, so that's all filming time for me, which is why martial arts gym-wise, it's honestly a really important consideration for me if they'll let me film and if they put a bunch of restrictions on me. Because if they put a bunch of restrictions on how I make content, I'm just not going to train or film that. No, you're right, man, you're right. I'm not going to film at that gym. Or go to that gym, because if I can't film there, that's where it's a big part of what I do. And like a lot of gyms are very understanding of that. And if they're like, hey, we have a no filming policy, cool, not somewhere that I'm going to go train. Or if I do train, I might keep the footage to myself. Or if they're like, hey, no filming at all to even keep privately, I won't do that. That was the last gym that I was at. So I'm like, I can bring this up a tiny bit. I respect everyone's gym and like where they're letting me, the fact that they're letting me come to their place of work. I also respect my own work, and I coming back to that point, it's very cool that this is my work, that I get to train, and this is like the dream, you know. A lot of trainers, it's funny because I love coaching as well, but a lot of coaches don't actually love coaching that much. They love the fitness stuff, and the coaching is like, yeah, it's kind of cool. And then it's like, I just want to do my thing and get paid to do that. And ironically, someone who loves the coaching and doing this bit gets to do this bit as well. But it's not really ironic, it's because I understand all these things business-wise, and I only dedicate 100% plus of all of my money, because it's money I have now and future money and energy, into this by investing it into like learning the skills, or like giving it to my wife. Like I give all my money to my wife, you know, and we dedicate it into this. It's like, and then it keeps me moving. You know, it's pretty cool that this is the work. You know, I've been doing this for quite a while. Like this is the work, literally coming in and gymming because I get to make content with it, but also for how it elevates me as a person. And a lot of the things that we talked about yesterday, one of the things we're talking about is essentially how your net worth is part of the value that you bring to be able to charge for coaching. Some people are charging in accordance, like some coaches are just charging in accordance with the coaching skill, which is a consideration, a factor. It's just not the only one. It's also what you bring as a table, because for me, at least like my angle and part of what I do is like I work with guys who want to aspire for more and build a bigger life themselves. And it's not a coincidence that everyone that gets around me, yes, they pay a higher rate, but they also go on to build more for themselves life-wise a lot of the time, or most of the guys do. Because it's like you're shooting into a different stratosphere. So in a way, they are paying for that access to someone with a higher net worth as well, that's constantly developing that. It's a consideration. I think it scares me to say sometimes, because it's like, oh, coaches, I think sometimes it's like, what are you scared of? It's the opinions of my peers. So other coaches will be like, that's terrible, like you shouldn't do that. I'm a better coach than you and da-da-da-da-da, and I don't charge as much, and that's stupid to consider your net worth. Again, these are all my objections to myself because it's their voices. I've never had a coach say this to me. And it's just like, oh, okay. Why am I scared of that? You know? It's a little bit scared of coming across as foolish, but I wholeheartedly believe that and I stand by it. And that's why I so confidently charge what I charge, like $300 a session, and people are like, sick, sign me up, let's go. You know, it's like, I think it's very rare for coaches to be able to do that because they don't know how to do that and position themselves that way. And to have people not just work with me for like a couple months, it's like 6 months to a year is pretty standard for me. So like same amount of time people are working with standard coaches as well, and they're getting great results because I know how to price based on value as opposed to just on sessions. Anyway, I actually reckon I can do 68 again, and then I'll drop it down a little bit. All right. All right. Let's get it. For Jesus. Okay, the range has fallen off, so we'll go to 45, and then we will do this here. Explosive. Okay. Ooh. Got a little messy towards the end there. Ooh. Feels good though. Feels good. Okay. Ooh. Popped into my mind mid-set that last night Yana asked what I had on calendar-wise. I looked at it, it was like, not much. Or nothing in particular. I didn't factor in sparring in that. But we're all gravy. We are getting there. All right, let's see what's available. Oh, that's right. I was going to do a little bit of lower body stuff as well, so calves and hamstrings, and it appears that's all that would be available to me right now. So let's hit some calf work first. They've got a cool little donkey calf raise, or standing calf raise rather, not a donkey one because you're not bent over. But yeah, let's do that. And yeah, then some hamstring stuff, and then I'll come back to some back work after that. So for now, this is what I'm on here. I'm gonna go take a whiz. Actually, do a, I don't need to take a whiz that badly. Let's put this here, splay the tripod out a bit more. Go from here, see what we got. We can turn this down. One. Yeah, I think that'll do. Should be able to see from there. Yeah. See how this feels? Different machine to what I'm used to. Oh, cool. Yeah, kind of figured this will be important to do for all the sparring and that and running that I do. Honestly, the high activity for sparring and running is what makes me go, oh yeah, I need to do my strength training for my lower body right now. And that's why so much of the emphasis is on strength as opposed to hypertrophy in that, because I'm already getting so much load. Well, this is an analogy I was using. It's like, maybe it's true, maybe it's not, is even with growing the business stuff, there's only so many things you can grow at once. And if I'm putting all of my focus into growing the business on like our marketing agency, for example, then it's like less energy goes into Kaey-Lib. And so that's what we were saying, is like, that's essentially what Jan is doing as well. Both of our efforts combined and going more so into that. And yeah. So with this, it's like much more of my training right now is upper body focused. The program's really reflecting that now. And the lower body work is, it's more about, like, it's still growing. It's more about the, what you'd normally call the supplementary stuff? No. Complementary work? I can't remember the name. Accessory work. Like what normally people would be considering accessory work. So calves and hamstrings are my primary things lower body wise. Alright, battery's about to die. I'm gonna switch you out. Okay, we're back. Yes, so majority of my effort has been focused on my upper body training. Even for the last couple years, I haven't put too much in lower body wise, but I feel they're still growing. I'm happy with the size and proportion. Sometimes people have still said like my lower body is disproportionate to my upper body, like a little bigger, but they're just blowing smoke up my butt. And yeah, so it's mainly hamstring curl, calf stuff, posterior focused work, which is also more the maintenance stuff or the prehab type stuff, as it were, that you'd be doing for sports, like for martial arts and all that, to mitigate your risk of injury and all that. But yeah, let's get this set. All right, for Jesus. Oh, this is a nice machine. Go one more, go on. Okay. Not so bad. Not so bad. Okay, that's pretty good. I mean, if need be, I can always hit some different rows. Just like lean forward a bit more for my rows, because they don't really have their, like I said last time, they took away their pull-up component in the middle of the wide cables there. So I'm like, oh, but now, anyway, that is my primary focus, is the upper body, and our primary focus now as well is growing my brand. Yeah, I'm gonna take a whiz. I've had a lot of water. Take a whiz, go to the toilet, and I'll be back. All right, little whiz, little angle change, and we'll I think it's, I don't know, maybe been about 3 minutes. Not too much focus on this anyway, so we'll do it, and we'll get into some cool down work. Will be my next thing. I might do the classic PT thing and move my bag over there. Then I'll come back and do this set, so that I have my next movement. I'll do it here. That'll be easier. Reserved. Let's get this set and then done. Alrighty, Roo. Alright, that'll do. Nah, you know what, that was a pretty poor effort on the last one. Let's go explosive with a couple of plates on. I could have pushed harder on that one. I think I limited my mind. I was like, I just want to do 3. So I just did 3 instead. Anyway, I could definitely do better than what I did just then. Let's go explosive. Fast as you can.
I don't want you to be scared of launching. Low key, what we're doing is everything in line, right? The bar never leaves the leg. That's where the magic happens. And that's where when you lean back, it will lean down. Going down with each other. We're going to get down to that flat above.
Okay. That'll do. For those ones, honestly, I think it's fine to leave the weight there for those, because they're not too heavy. Oh, yeah, they don't really have the best cool down stuff. Anyway, let's get this here. Hopefully not in the way. Yeah, set up for some pull downs here. And I like that they have this thing. They have these, I don't know if you can see them, but the dual handles there. No, you can't see them. You'll see as I pull it down. Further than that. Man, the camera cuts in so close. So I like to use each handle individually. Yeah, it's alright. We'll roll this for now. See how it goes. Which handles are going to be better? Well, we'll see which one we can get 2 of. Don't have too much preference handle-wise. Yeah, these ones feel pretty good. Alright. Do a primer for the pull downs. Honestly, I think right now, if the emphasis is so much on my arms, yeah, it just takes away how much time and effort I can put on my accessory, like my pushing work. So I reckon what I'll do is 2 of the 3 push and pull days will be focused on arms, and the 3rd one will be a big one for the rest of it. So the more compound movements, so like pressing and that. So I might what do you call it? Put more weight, or like do 2 exercises on the arm days, on the more arm focused days first for the arms, and then on the more compound focused days I'll either do no arm exercises first, or I'll do just 2 sets of 1 exercise, and I'll roll with that from there. Then yeah, I reckon that'll be probably the best thing split wise for me. Yeah, so that'll be good, I reckon. It'll be better to do that, because otherwise the big boy muscles don't get as much play. But as we said, you can only focus on so much at once, because otherwise I'm like, my energy wise, even now I'm like, oh, I'm starting to hit that like, cool, I'm done kind of point. Yeah, I think it's just that period of time where it's like also a lot of my, like I had a huge sleep last night, slept at about midnight till 10:30. It was like, I didn't train that much. I mean, I've been training more, getting to it, but honestly I think a lot of it is the brain capacity, like all the thinking and pushing that we're doing ourselves in that regard takes up some energy, man. So it's good, really good. It just means that sometimes I have to pull back a little bit, because then it's like I might be just training through too much fatigue you know, and I'm eating well, recovering well. So yeah, different periods of time emphasize different things. But this is still really important to get in there, and you can just keep progressing. Like I'm still going to keep getting stronger, leaner, bigger. It's good. Little pray. Thank you, Jesus, for allowing us to be here. And then I'll hit the sauna after this. Let's do maybe even 3 sets of the exercise then. One more. Okay. That felt pretty good. I think some of it is the supersetting stuff. Again, big philosophy of mine is I think I've done too many today. 7 minutes. Bit of cruise, a little bit much fatigue when you focus so much on supersetting. Plus, those movements were first, so it's alright. I'm happy with that overall. First set there. Whew. Even that, like the 50, 100 keggers for like 8 reps. Not bad there, not bad after the arm stuff. Yeah, really pushing it by way of those last couple reps in their range of motion. So, I know we're doing well by way of my back. And technically if I wanted to get the most out of it, but I find it's a bit tedious, I would go bicep isolations, most out of every muscle, biceps isolations, then lat isolations, and then onto a compound movement. But I'm not really interested in doing that, to be honest with you. So I am just enjoying this style of training. Don't need to walk around too much. Yeah, I feel big days sometimes by way of the stuff that we're doing and the mental effort required for it. I think it's awesome. It's funny because just before we did that meeting yesterday, I heard Hormozy talking about how they just got a head of marketing, and he was saying when you get around people, sometimes you don't realize the magnitude of, I'm paraphrasing, the magnitude of work that some people do, like a different stratosphere. So they got a head of marketing, and he was chatting with Hormozy, and it came up that, oh, we need to suss this thing out. And Hormozy was like, all right, let's do it now. And the head of marketing guy was like, oh, now? Oh, okay. Like, yeah, right now. I was like, yeah, let's do it. So it's like the speed of that, but also the, when they did it, they just jumped on a Zoom call or something for 8 hours, he was saying. Then as soon as they'd figured that thing out, he's like, all right, what next? And the guy's like, oh, what's next? Cool. And it's that level that people are operating on, which is cool. Yeah, I think, I do agree with the sentiment. It's been coming up a lot. Because some people ask me like how I balance all this stuff, and I'm gonna make some content about it because I have been getting some questions like, how do you balance it all? And it's like, I kind of don't. Like, my life is very skewed heavily towards, like, I'm literally all in on whatever I'm doing. And that's where my life is best. So it's like, if I'm all in on it, and it makes sense because a lot of the appeal for me is like people are like, I want to do what you do. Or I want what you have. Then it's this idea of work-life balance is normally championed by people who are not very good at either of them. They're just like pretty trash at either, and they don't achieve much. It's like, if that's what you want to do, great, but it does tend to lead to mediocrity. I'm like, I want to be obsessed. Oh, cool, there's a Tibet raise over there. Maybe I'll do that. I want to be obsessed with the things that I'm doing, you know? I want to be dedicated all in on the things that I love and care about and build my entire life around them. And when you do that, you don't need a balance. Like, I'm excited to wake up and I'm excited to get the right amount of rest that my body needs and listen to it. And I'm excited to stay up till whenever, doing whatever we need to do. And we've built a life where we can do that. Like, one of the other nights when our dogs were a little bit sick, like their stomachs were upset, it was like, instead of, oh, I've got to wake up by a certain time tomorrow, I've got to go to sleep, it's like, well, we'll stay up all night, or like wake up every couple of hours, check on them. There's nothing that we have on specifically tomorrow. It's like, what was the point of building this whole life of the freedom if we're never going to use it? And yeah, it's like, oh yeah, we're using the freedom to check on our dog's diarrhea. Sometimes something always occupies the space. But yeah, that's just a funny little anecdote with our life. I did notice, because I was like, I'm going to start waking up at 5 a.m. and get more stuff done. And I was like, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this. And I started piling different things on instead of, what if I woke up when my body needs to wake up now and then go in with the flow of things, which is something that I'm always pretty good at. I know that sleep's really important for me, especially with like the temptation and the porn side of things. When I get less sleep, I get really tempted. And it's just like, okay, why play that game with yourself? My workouts are worse, I'm more irritable, and I don't produce as good a work output. So it's like, sleep has a really high ROI. So having the discipline to sleep properly is big. Yeah, I find whenever I try to force myself to wake up at 5, it doesn't happen. It's like yesterday, even 7 a.m, I was trying to force it. When I do alarm wake-ups, they don't work very well. So I did 7 a.m, and then I went back to sleep, and it was like, woke up at about 9:30, 10 o'clock. I'm like, all right, this appears to be the natural wake-up point. Because also, I realized this last night, instead of being like, oh, I don't want to experience like the nightlife night, because Yana loves being up late, and I'm normally like, oh, I'm normally pretty tired by like 9:30, 10 o'clock. My body starts to tap out and I get more irritable. But again, I think it's what I tell myself. When we were out last night getting hot pot, it was like 11 o'clock, midnight, and she was like, I love that Melbourne is up. I was like, dude, it's so busy, it's bustling, all the shops are open. Things are open till like 1 a.m, all night, that kind of thing. Mostly 1 a.m. or something like that. It's like, this is why we moved here. It's like always happening, it's busy, it's bustling, and people are just about it. So like, let's take advantage of that. For myself, I realized, like, why am I trying to force myself to go to sleep early, wake up early, when for me, it's more about the flow of movement. Because I tend to get into like, oh, okay, if I wake up at 5 a.m, I can get more stuff done because I'm more productive. But it's like, no, it doesn't have to be. It's more about the flow and the workflow and the overall movement, as opposed to a specific time being married to that. And it's funny because I had this realization a while ago, talking with DeepSeek and all that. But then you kind of forget and you start thinking, I've got to do what this guy does. Yeah. And for a bit of fun, to max this out, we'll try to do the full stack, and then we'll drop it down to maybe 100 and back to 100. Oh yeah. But now, let's set up a slightly different angle for you guys so you get to see it. Maybe I'll go, sweet. All right, perfect timing for the timer. My wraps keep getting in the way of my thumb pressing. Okay, you know what? Might just be better from here. There's no way to set it up the other side. Trainers will get in the background of this. Hopefully they're cool with it. All right, let's zoom in and go up a bit. All right. Zoom out a little bit. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. All right, let's go heavy with this. Have some fun. All right. Yeah. Yo, 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 yo. Or perhaps I should get some food on the way back home as well. And something else we decided, because I'm like, man, it causes so much decision fatigue. It's like when we're during the middle of the day, if it's like, oh, what do you want to eat? Oh, what do you want to eat? What do you want to eat? What do you want to eat? If we want to go out and eat, I'm like, nah, we're cutting that out. We're going to eat the same thing every single day, unless there's something specifically that we want and we can go out for. That's the only time that we're going to do that. Also, it helps with cost in that. but it's a lot of that is the decision fatigue. Like if I'm deciding on that every day, it's just draining. Like I want to, because I'm like, oh, Yana wants to go out and eat. But I think for the season that we're in, the less external decisions we have to make, the better. And it's like when we really want something, or want to go on a date night or something, then we go do those. Like last night we went to go hot pot because we really wanted hot pot. So yeah, but we ate normally throughout the day, so it was good. Same thing today. All right, let's get this. So I'll get some stuff on the way home. All right, let's get it. Not gonna lie, that wasn't too bad. I might go to just down to 107. Okay, that was weird. These things were digging into my groin, holding my groin. Okay, that was that. What's the time? Yeah, honestly, it's about time to hit the sauna. Superset this one. Okay, and then go to the shops, get food, go home, there's content to make and all that stuff. So, let's get it. All right. Okay. All right. Well, for a bit of fun, and also it makes sense to do because the volume on it. Oh, my back's feeling that. Feeling pumped. A bit of fun. We'll go. Power 86. Just explosive as I can. I think they've got Pilates on now as well. Oh, could use the studio to do a quick flex after this too. Okay. Quick one. Let's do this. For Jesus. Fast as you can. Oh man, I'm cooked. Okay. Oh. Well, really got everything out of that session, eh? Okay, let's go see about the studio after I go take a whiz. Whew. Back. Okay, I went into the studio after I got in there and I was like, oh, maybe I should ask, because I did get told off at the start, but I was like, just double check, you know, like I don't want to be breaking any rules. So I did ask. The receptionist was very nice about it. She asked her manager and she's like, nah, that's not really, like, she was very nice about it. I was like, no, unfortunately, and she apologized. I was like, oh, it's all good, it's all good. I'm cool with it, honestly. It's, I just thought it better to double check, and so I was like, okay. And then I thought, okay, well, since that's not happening, maybe I'll do a little, some lying hamstring curls to show that, or just like do that, because I was like, where am I going to quickly do a wrap up? And I was like, oh, okay. And then right as I was going, I was like, oh, what are the chances the lying hamstring curl got taken? And so I came over here to film the wrap up to the video, or just a quick bar. And then I was like, oh, I've wanted to use the matrix hack squat for a while. So I was like, I'll just do one set on here, because I'm already over here as a bye-bye. I don't know if I'll be able to lift this because I haven't done it in a while, but I'm going to do a little bit of a higher foot placement as opposed to very like quad focused. A little bit more split, even stance, and then just like go explosive for a few reps. So let's give it a go. Yeah, have fun. All right, should be good. All right, I think those will be good. Okay, these are ones that you've got to hold here. Okay. 2 more, fast as you can. All right, that was a bit of fun. Bottomed out on that real quick. Okay, so I will wipe that down and we're done. Some good lessons today. Off to hit the sauna now for a little bit. I don't go in for a particular time. I normally just go in for however long I feel and what I enjoy. And then take a little shower afterwards and dash on home. I don't think I brought spare underwear, so that's okay. I'll either go commando, or wear some wet underwear to the shops after this. And I've got my trackies, so maybe I'll walk on down to the shops with the trackies on and this For You compression. These are awesome in this weather as well. Anyway, lots of lessons or things to talk about. This is all the art of being man. Embody that. Be all gravy, baby. Strength on all fronts. Let's go.